5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, everybody. I'm Gina, and I am your host this week for Fab Forward Travel Talk. And guess what? We're, for the very first time, on YouTube. Yeah.
Yay!
This is actually our 102nd episode. So we've been doing the audio podcast for quite some time now.
Yep.
But Eric came up with this brilliant idea that we should just, record what we're talking about and put it up on YouTube. So
we'll see how brilliant it is in about 50 minutes or so.
Right. So you guys will get to experience what we do every week behind the scenes. Any gestures like, cut that.
Right. We're like, that's enough.
That's enough. Or like when we're like, you're boring us. Or like, loop it up.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
I never thought of that, actually. I have a yawning problem and yawn all the
Mhm.
time. So
You do yawn all the time.
I mean, it could be like 9 a.m. and I'm
I
like,
can't help it. I'm boring,
You're not boring.
you're not boring. I mean, I almost fell asleep in Frozen too. So it's not really about the company. It's just
Okay,
wow.
let's don't talk about that yet.
okay.
Yeah, no
right.
spoilers.
No spoilers. So tonight's episode is supposed to be about
Wait, do we want to wait till we start the audio one first?
oh,
Do we want to actually do like a separate audio introduction like we normally do?
nope.
No?
No?
Well,
I
because
don't
if you
see
don't,
why.
and we don't end up posting this for some strange reason, because
Oh,
one of
okay.
us says something utterly inappropriate that gets us banned from YouTube for life.
You. That would be you.
Okay.
It's a possibility. It could happen.
So these poor YouTubers has to listen to me like say my
Yeah.
intro again.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But the regular one
But the
we
regular
used.
intro, and you can even do the countdown again if you want.
Okay. All right. You can start at 3. I don't need 5.
This is raw. This is the way it works.
Right.
Raw.
Okay.
This is the mess.
3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Hi, everybody. I'm Gina, and I'm your host this week for another edition of Fab Forward Travel Talk. And we are all together. So that means I've got Kristy,
Hello.
Eric,
Hello.
and Kyle.
Good evening, everyone.
Oh, that was so nice.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Got a little tremolo in there. Excuse me. Frog in your throat.
Right. So tonight is supposed to be about things that are no longer at Walt Disney World that we wish that they would bring back. But I have this sneaking suspicion we may not ever get to that actual topic.
Why?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no. Never mind.
Why?
We're all going to get off the rails already. I won't
because-
ask. Keep going.
First, we have to talk about Mandalorian.
Oh, yes.
Eric's
Because-
t-shirt.
Oh, Eric does have a
I do have a
Mandalorian t-shirt.
I did.
Wow.
He left work early the other day. He got home at 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm like, what are you doing? He said, I had to go shopping.
Not what I said at all, actually.
Yeah, it was.
What'd you
That was
say
the
then?
gist
What
of
was
it, I bet, right?
what'd you
I mean,
really say?
at the
then?
end of the day, that was the goal. Yes.
Oh.
But that's not what I said. He said,
Okay,
woman,
whatever.
Kristy just threw me right under the bus. Thanks.
Yeah.
Hopefully no one
So-
from work's watching.
They're not.
Good point. I did come back and work afterwards.
Yes, she
Oh,
did.
good.
So-
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like I just took off at 3:30.
No.
So the other thing that we're going to talk about is Kristy went and saw Frozen 2.
Oh, we're going
So-
to do a movie review too?
We're going to do
Wow,
a
this is
movie review
jam-packed.
with Kristy. And then third is we have a little piece of news. I guess it's news.
Do we?
Or something that we
a
saw
rumor.
from a rumor.
A
Yes, a rumor. That's what it is. From another YouTuber that we watch. So we want to talk about it to you because I
Okay.
don't think you guys, I doubt that you've seen this video. So after we talk about those 3 things, I kind of figure that we're going to be like
We'll
done.
be done, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great news because that means I can use that topic next week.
Hey, that's not right. You can't do that. That's my
And we
topic.
have a whole nother week worth of like building up for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's okay. We'll let
Oh,
it.
what that means, a.k.a. Eric can actually think about it.
He's not
What-
the only one. But
I'm
anyway,
going to say Eric and
busy
Kyle
with a couple other things.
didn't do their homework. Shocking.
That's not true. I did all my Mandalorian homework.
Hey, we have an official snack of the podcast tonight.
Are we going to do this for
Yeah,
real?
we're
We
going to
do.
do this for real.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
This is
The official snack of the podcast.
Yeah, I
See,
guess-
Kristy, I did not include this in your gift basket
folks are used to
of
this kind
Southern
thing.
treats.
Here, let me put this up to the camera.
It
so folks
is
can see.
pickled okra.
Look at that.
And listen to it. It has a
Texas hand-packed pickled okra. Okay,
right.
okay.
Has a great snap. A
Only the
great
finest.
snap to it.
Oh, it's an ASMR kind of thing.
Oh, that's like one of those
Yeah.
audios, Kristy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I like.
Yes,
But I don't
ma'am.
like people eating
I was gonna say, like,
videos.
you like people eating okra?
No.
Ooh,
No.
it makes me so tingly.
I like the
Do it again.
tapping on the paper. Oh, actually, this kind of tapping too.
Oh,
I like
I don't hear
drumming,
it.
Drumming.
Like I heard
drums.
it for a second and then it was gone. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I like that kind of tapping. I don't enjoy eating.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I enjoy eating.
You don't enjoy eating videos?
I don't enjoy eating videos or audio.
Right.
I also don't enjoy okra and wouldn't like it pickled.
Okay. Well, we'll cut that segment out.
But
next
you
time.
like pickles,
No.
right?
I do love pickles. In fact, you were eating that and I
You
thought,
should have
if this
some
wasn't
pickled
on
okra.
video, I would hop out of here and go grab a pickle and eat a pickle. But it's on video, so
You can grab a pickle. I don't care.
Next,
You
next
can
week,
still
we'll
get
have
a
a
pickle if you want.
Yeah. But I like these are really good. You should try them, Eric. They really
no,
don't-
I don't eat pickled anything.
Oh, you don't?
What?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
wow.
Nope.
That's a big thing in the South. We pickle everything. Do y'all do that up north?
Smoke it and pickle it.
Because I would think in the
Sometimes
winter
it's
you
fine.
would need vegetables and stuff. Did y'all not pickle stuff?
No. No, we have bread.
we have
We don't pickle things. We have bread.
I forgot about that.
stores.
Put it in a
We have
can.
stores with vegetables.
No,
And-
that's not. Well, I mean, we have some people that still do
Oh.
that. But back in the day,
What in the hell?
I do eat pickled beets.
Oh, those are good.
there you go.
I
See?
love pickled beets with my camper stew.
Ah. Well, you
I like-
also eat pickled cucumbers.
Yes, because those are pickles.
No.
Right. Yes, they are.
No, I know what they are. I don't eat them.
He hasn't had one. He
Thought
hasn't
he was
had a
gonna
pickle
argue.
since our honeymoon.
Correct.
The waitress at Hollywood and Vine, no,
50s Cafe.
she's Primetime Cafe.
Yeah.
They used to give you a sticker if you finished all your food,
Right.
and so there was
Clean
a
Plate Club sticker.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there was still a pickle on his plate, so she force fed him the pickle so he could get his sticker.
And there's a picture of
Wow.
Yeah, he's like,
it. She literally grabbed my nose and
Wow.
put the pickle in.
Does
he
that
had to eat
really
it.
help? The whole grabbing the nose thing?
No, it was still a pickle, but I was going to
Yeah,
eat
I
it
mean,
anyway because I was
right?
getting the sticker.
Like, because I don't have a great sense of smell.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Story from like 3 years ago now.
Yeah, we are so far off the tracks.
Oh, we're
now.
off the rails.
That's fine.
Anyway, story from 3 years ago. I was doing a CrossFit workout and I was doing a box jump and completely like didn't jump on the box. Like one foot didn't make it. So I smashed my head and my mouth on the floor, which was concrete. If you've ever seen a CrossFit
Ugh.
gym, they're usually bare bones, not luxury places. So ever since then, my sense of smell is just not
Yeah.
really that great at all.
Somebody turns on the microwave, you pee in your pants and forget who you are.
No.
What happened? Where are we? How did I
Oh
get
my
here?
God. That'd
What
be
does that
hilarious,
smell?
though. Could you imagine having something like that?
Oh, yeah, like a metal plate, and then all of a sudden the microwave goes off. You're like,
Right.
That was a movie.
What
quote,
happened?
Actually.
Oh, was it a
That
movie?
it was a movie paraphrase, I think, because it's been a while since I've seen the movie. But yeah,
What movie?
I'll tell you, I have to figure it out.
Is it
Well,
Mandalorian?
No, it's not.
That's not a movie.
That's a TV show.
Ugh.
Look, Kristy's trying to get us back on
I
the
know.
I'm trying to
rails.
get you on the rails, and you're holding me like.
How cute. And she's
Holding
not
you
even a
hostage off
host.
the rails.
So,
You got nerd pwned.
Right.
It's not a movie. It's a
Exactly.
TV show.
It's a TV show. Jeez, Kristy. Just for this program. All right. So, Mandalorian, we touched on it last week that we were all
So-
going to
I have a question though. Is this going to be
Watch.
like our weekly Disney Plus segment?
probably,
I have a
at
segment.
least for a little bit.
Yeah.
Eric likes that
Yeah.
idea.
That's a good idea.
That is a
What'd
good
you watch
idea.
this week on Disney Plus?
Right.
Just,
Well,
like Forky has a question. There's a new.
We
Forky.
we didn't watch Forky. We didn't
You
watch
haven't
the
watched
new
that?
one.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh, just the new one or any of them?
No, we watched
first.
the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
About
There's
How
two
many
more.
more? There's
There's
two
two
more.
more. Yeah.
Mhm. We gotta do that
Cool.
tonight.
They
Okay.
seem to be doing the same thing they're doing with the shows, which is every Friday or
weekly.
something. They're dropping.
Cool. So we made a commitment last week that we were going to watch Mandalorian. The four of us were, and we've done that.
Yeah.
Now, are y'all completely caught up? Have you watched all three?
No, I
we
wouldn't.
only watched the 2. She wouldn't let us watch the 3rd one.
Oh, why?
Because I didn't want to have, if you guys didn't watch the 3rd one, I didn't want to have spoilers. So I
Why
figured.
didn't you ask me? Now we have spoilers
Ugh.
because we watched the 3rd one.
Yeah,
Okay,
see, I
well-
knew that was going to happen.
Well, you could have asked. I was busy grocery shopping in the rain
You
today.
were supposed to be in charge of this.
I was grocery shopping in the rain. I had things.
That's gross.
Did you have
We
to go to
like-
the farmer's market outside and like pick from the field?
Yeah. I had to pickle my own okra.
Exactly.
Well, let us tell you. Chapter 3.
No,
Oh, what? Huh?
we're not going to tell
Wait,
them.
what?
They haven't seen chapter 3.
And most of our listeners may not
Kidding.
have.
I'm
At least we're a
kidding.
week ahead or a week behind if we
Yeah,
talk
let's
about
be
1
a
and
week
2.
behind. Okay,
We're
so
not a week
first
behind.
off,
We're like an hour behind because as soon as this is over, I'm going to watching it.
so Kristy, you're not a big sci-fi fan at all, right?
Not at all. No.
Not at all. Okay. So I'm a semi. It just depends. It has to be the right thing.
Mhm.
So what was your initial take on Mandalorian?
So I was actually, what's the word? I'm going to say enraged by it, but that's not the word. Enraptured by it, or
Okay.
Wow. Pulled into it?
It really pulled you in?
right from the beginning. And I asked a couple questions because I wasn't quite sure of the time frame because we've all proven
Right?
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Don't make that
Well,
To
mistake.
So
be fair, the
we-
actual time frame of the show was confusing. I had to go look at
Okay.
it.
Yes,
so
indeed.
we have to, let's address that in just a minute because we had a little discussion about that last night.
We
and
did. Yeah.
Kyle thinks he figured it out, but
I'm not a Star Wars pro, but yeah, we'll come
right.
back to that.
So we'll come back to that.
Oh, well, I know exactly what it is in case
Okay.
we're off the rails. But
Okay, we'll
Excellent.
stop. Okay. Stop talking. Sorry, that was
Hey.
harsh.
Gina has spoken.
I have
I
spoken.
I've spoken.
Okay. Spoken have I. All right, Kristy. So it you immediately drew you in.
hmm
Why, you think?
I'm not really sure because when I sat down, I really wasn't that interested in watching it. In
Right.
fact, both Eric and Allie were like, "You're really going to watch this?"
Wow.
And I thought, well, yeah, because I want to, if I can start at the beginning of something,
Right.
then it's a good time to jump in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was confused by it, but I really liked the way the Mandalorian was dressed.
Yes.
I was going to say, you like a man with a shiny helmet, don't you?
Mm.
I was drooling over the helmet, so let's
He
not go
was.
down that path. I mean, for 2
Well,
episodes, I was like, that helmet is gorgeous. Like, oh my, that thing's fantastic.
Well,
Learning a
wait
lot
till
about Eric
3.
tonight.
Right?
You wait to the 3rd episode.
Yeah.
Hush.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So anyway, the first one I was interested in, it pulled me in pretty good.
Mhm.
And then of course, once the child showed up,
Oh, I know.
forget it. I'm
Yeah.
like obsessed now
The little
with
hand,
Baby Yoda.
Yes.
And
little
the,
hand that came out.
the Baby Yoda memes. Like I've been searching Twitter for them and like
Uh-huh.
pulling them all down. Like I am
Is
obsessed.
he not the cutest little thing ever?
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
It
It's just disgusting.
basically steals every scene he's in.
Oh, he does.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you're
Just
looking for
every
him.
time he moves, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh my god, what's he
What's he
doing?
doing?
That's
What's he gonna do?
fantastic.
Exactly.
When they were showing like the they were going to look for the parts of his ship.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't care what was happening other than watching the little Baby Yoda crib that was, or
Right, just floating
bassinet
along.
that was floating. I'm like, there he is. He's still right there.
And my favorite part of it, and you can tell when you're watching it, but it's not CGI. They actually built an animatronic for it. So
For
he's
what?
an actor for the Yoda.
For the Yoda.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
is
but
he really?
and it's not Yoda, but for
Yeah.
the child.
The child. Right.
It's actually an animatronic, which is fantastic.
That's
I was
pretty
so
awesome.
excited to see that.
So I was intrigued by the Mandalorian's voice.
Mhm.
I really like to hear him talk.
Hmm.
And I so want to know who he is because I feel like he's somebody. I mean, other than the Mandalorian. I mean, but
Mendo.
under
You mean
Mendo,
the
yeah.
actor?
No, like his character. I feel like
Okay.
he's got to be somebody, a relative of somebody that we know from one of the bigger
Oh,
movies.
you think he's part of the
or
universe, or
Part of
he's like
I think
somebody-
he's part of the Star Wars universe.
He's got that Skywalker look.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
yeah, he's a
I kinda-
Mandalorian.
I thought about the whole like Skywalker thing because he saves. Okay, spoilers.
No, you gotta be
Total.
careful.
Well, if you see the first one, you see Baby Yoda, then you know he saves him from getting shot.
Mhm.
by the robot. So,
You do now.
IG-11.
right,
Robot IG-11,
robot IG-11.
who was actually really funny. They did
He
a
was
great
funny.
job with his character, like that character,
Mm-hmm.
and making him funny. A lot like they did with what was the one-off movie that came out? Its name I've been forgetting for the last couple days. Rogue One.
Oh, okay.
Rogue
Yeah.
One, like the droid that was in Rogue One was very funny.
Yes.
Was
Yeah.
that the one that was like had the floppy ears and Jar Jar Binks?
No, we don't speak of Jar Jar.
Eric,
No,
don't,
that was not.
don't-
That
don't
was
hurt her.
We don't speak of the dark
Don't
times.
hurt her.
right.
Okay. Misa like Jar Jar.
No, don't do that.
Because I'm not a Star Wars person, so I just thought he was cute.
Good night, folks.
Yeah. I kind of thought
Eric's
he was
now going to
cute,
file
too.
for divorce.
Podcast is over. Too bad we gotta
Yeah.
go.
Like I thought the Ewoks were cute too. I so want them to bring back the Ewoks, and
Ewoks
I
are cute.
totally.
Come on.
Oh,
Ewoks are
y'all
totally
haven't
cute.
seen number 3. I want you to see number 3 because there's
See,
something
this
in
is
there
entirely your fault.
It is.
that
I
I
hope you're
thought-
happy. Look what
I
you've done
thought
to
there
us.
was an Ewok, and I didn't even tell you that.
You thought that
But there was
an
something
Ewok.
that I thought was
Just
when
one.
they got it was going to be an Ewok because of the way that it looked.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so
So, have you guys seen? I can't remember. Have you been to Galaxy's Edge yet?
no.
Okay, so you're seeing that next time. Sorry.
Yes, we're seeing
But-
it over Christmas.
The set of the Mandalorian
Mhm.
looks like Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, I mean it's
Talk to that, Kyle.
Well, I can't really talk to it very much, but go do a search on the web for stagecraft. It's unbelievable
Well,
technology.
talk about it a
and-
little bit.
yeah,
about
as
the
far as how they
technology.
built that stuff up to really make
Yeah.
it feel like you were on.
But how do they shoot it? It's not a
Well,
green screen.
It's not a green screen. Those are
Right.
a lot of those shots are huge LCD or LED screens that are behind the actor,
Mhm.
and the camera is computer controlled and synced with those screens. So as they move the camera, those the camera moves are
Yeah, they're programmed.
synchronized with those backdrops, so that it's you get a lot more motion. It looks basically like they're in these huge vistas and stuff,
Yeah.
but they're not. They're literally on a single static set with the actor, and the actor may move around a little bit and stuff, but it's all completely done in
Wow.
the computer.
Yeah, it's basically the modern version of the old set paintings that they used to have.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
they used to have people that would physically paint a backdrop. Like if you go back and you watch Wizard of Oz and stuff like that, you can
Right.
literally see where the set ends
Mhm.
because there's usually a line like on the bottom of the floor, and you can see where it ends, but it's a painting, and it looks like it goes on forever. They're going to continue down the yellow brick road, but
Right.
there's actually nothing there.
So that's what they're
So
doing
they've-
on Broadway too. Because when Allie and
A
I
lot
saw
with the Broadway stuff is-
Anastasia,
yep.
it
Mhm.
had some actual sets, but a lot of it was on screens behind them.
Yeah.
So like they were like in front of it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. So episode 2. I'm getting my episodes confused now.
Mhm.
Oh dear.
I know because I
You
kind
don't
of
want
want
to
to.
spoil anything, right?
I don't want to spoil anything, and I want to explain my Ewok thing if I can. So where does it end?
So episode 2, there was nothing that would look like Ewoks.
No, episode
No,
2
this would not have
ends-
looked like an Ewok.
Okay.
Yeah, episode 2 ends with them back on his ship.
Yeah.
And they've left.
They're leaving.
They're leaving.
Yeah, they're leaving the planet and they're going off into space, and that's
He's
where it
going,
ends.
he's going to deliver
Okay.
the goods.
All right.
Right,
So
yeah.
I can talk about it. The egg. I
Yeah.
thought the egg was going to be an Ewok because how
Oh,
furry
okay.
and
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
it
yeah,
looked.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was so hoping that was going to be an Ewok, and I'm like, a baby Ewok and a baby Yoda. That would be so much fun.
that
It
was so
wasn't.
gross.
That was just goo that they ate.
Yeah, it's just a hairy egg.
Oh,
Yeah. So
the whole
anyway,
scene. Allie and I both were like gagging. Like, and I know it's just an egg, and I eat eggs all the time, but I think it's
Right?
because it was like dirty and hairy and
Just
like
a big egg. They were just scooping handfuls.
scooping hands up. I equated it to like a Cadbury
Cadbury,
egg.
yeah,
You
that's what I was
break it.
thinking.
Remember back in the olden days when the egg was kind of the yolk was runny
yeah.
in the Cadbury
Mhm.
egg? That's
Oh,
what
yeah. Back when they were
attributed
good.
Mhm. So
They're still good.
they're still good.
They're
So
fine.
Eric,
Yes.
your thoughts on Mandalorian?
So I thought it was fantastic. And I obviously enjoy Star Wars already to begin with, but
Mhm.
they did a great job world building and starting to build that up. And so much so that it's probably better than the world building that they're currently doing in the movies. to be perfectly honest. They were able to do in 2 40-minute episodes what they hadn't done in the last 2 movies that they made.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay.
They really got people. I mean, do you think about it? They pulled Kristy into it,
Right.
right?
No,
They
you're
managed to pull Kristy into Star Wars, which for 40 years hasn't happened.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
But they did a thing with the way they laid it out and built it.
Yep.
It just sucked people into it. And then you add the Baby Yoda clone thing.
Well, once I saw the
and then
child,
that's just
forget
like,
it. It's
that's
my new
gonna-
favorite show.
and that's going to grab a whole nother group of people and
Right.
pull them into it and do that. But I mean, I already like the Mandalorian. The what I know of some of the backstory of it,
Mhm.
I actually really like that stuff. One year I actually built a full costume, like a Mandalorian armor
Mm.
costume
Oh, cool.
for Halloween.
Where is that? Because you wore that on the cruise too, on the Star
did.
Wars cruise.
I did,
Nice.
actually. Yeah, it's floating around the house somewhere. I think it's up in our closet.
Could be anywhere.
What I don't know right now is where my helmet is that I made, but the suit, I know where the suit is. Anyway,
You have a 3D
Next
printer now. Think
podcast-
how much better
I
that could be.
do exactly. Yes, I
Yeah.
can actually make the helmet at this point.
Oh my gosh. All right. Next podcast, I want to see the helmet on the head.
If I can find it, I'm not entirely sure where it is. I have
Okay.
to find it.
You got a week. You can do it.
Yeah.
Come on,
If
bud.
it's in the basement, it's going to be a problem.
If it's in the basement, it's going to have to be after
It have
2020.
to be next year sometime.
Right next to the pellet stove.
Mhm.
Okay, so timeline. Let's talk about that.
Well, hold on. Do I get an opinion?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I already know your
No,
opinion.
She
so-
already gave you one, so you're good.
You have
one.
your opinion.
If Eric is done, I have
Oh,
one
yeah.
thing to
No,
say.
go ahead.
See if Eric. I'm curious if Eric agrees with me.
Okay.
What this really reminds me of, it kind of goes along with what Eric was saying, is that I said a little bit to you, is it reminds me of a solo version of, it's reminiscent of Firefly, the way that they build the world up, and just even the set design, the cinematography,
Yep.
everything.
Yep.
Okay.
Space Cowboy.
I have
Yeah,
a question.
exactly.
Space Cowboy thing. I wasn't really thinking of that, but yeah, it does have that feel to it.
Yep.
It absolutely but he's just kind of on his own.
Yep.
Right. The lone rider off doing his thing. It's basically an old Clint Eastwood movie. Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Really. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
and I'm sure
Lonesome
characters,
Dove.
right? Characters are going to come and go.
Yep.
But he'll be the central thing, and then that'll be. Yeah.
But it is intriguing though too how they got the I don't know what the proper word is. You would know this much more than me. But when they go back to the clan or the other Mandalorians, his group,
Mhm.
that's kind of cool the way they work that in. So you do have the possibility of
Yeah.
getting a little bit more because
Info about the Mandalorian.
And I can't
Yeah,
say
I
when-
know.
yeah,
I know.
for the next episode. But yeah, when he went underground there and he
Mhm.
brought the piece that looked like a piece of platinum or whatever. And
yeah, the
made
credit or
it
whatever.
down
Yeah,
and
his credit.
made his armor with it. Like that
Right.
was, thought that was really kind of a neat way of doing it, and how, he by doing that he's building up his armor, but he's also giving back to the what they referred to as the tribe, right? I think is what they called it. So
They called it a tribe?
I believe
yeah,
so.
I'm pretty sure they
I don't
did.
remember that.
I remember that it kind of struck out to me when they said that. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they're part of a much bigger nation, the Mandalorian, but they're off on their own kind of right
Oh,
now.
okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, well, there's all kinds of backstory to that about how that was all came together, and they basically like ran the galaxy for an extended period of time and ran roughshod over it, and because they're a warrior group of people. Yeah, that's just their thing, and so they're very strong fighters.
Yeah.
So
All right,
Kristy
Kristy,
falls
stop
asleep.
yawning.
Sorry, I can only do so much Star Wars.
So anyway, that's pretty much my and I loved Firefly. Oh God.
Yeah.
I love
Oh, yeah.
Firefly.
Yep.
So
we watched it all with Allie, so she's finally been brought up to speed.
nice.
So that was good.
That's
Although we
cool.
haven't watched the movie yet. We got to sit and watch the movie, but
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give me that back.
So the timeline, let's touch on that really quick and then move on.
Yeah.
okay.
What do you
So-
think the timeline is?
So based on what I read this week, Return of the Jedi takes place 4 years after. So apparently everything in the Star Wars universe is timed around the Battle of Yavin. So Return of the Jedi takes place 4 years after that.
Okay.
This starts 5 years after that. So it's 9 years post Battle of Yavin. The first of the new set of trilogy movies takes place 35 years after the Battle of Yavin. So they've got about a 25, 26-year window that they can play around with.
That makes sense. That's
right
about what
now
I
with,
said.
with that thing. So that's
What the
that's
heck
where
is
it
the
fits.
Battle of Yavin or
Just
whatever?
one of the big battles
Yeah.
throughout in the universe.
It's what it was the
Did
big.
they blow up the Death Star?
No.
No,
I don't know what
that
that
was
is then.
between. That was farther back, much farther.
What do you mean
Well, not
much
much.
farther?
That was before Christ.
Right,
That was
exactly.
before Yavin.
That was
Like
before
Jesus
pre-Yavin.
helped blow up the Death Star? No, I'm just totally joking.
Oh God, now we're in real big trouble.
Jesus
yeah,
blew up the
exactly.
Death Star.
Right.
Baby
know, what
Jesus
was-
blew up the Death Star.
Okay, so
So basically, it's 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
okay,
Yep.
that's
so
fine.
the new order is just now getting started after the fall of the Empire.
Right. The Empire's fallen. That's all kind
Empire's
of going by the
fallen.
wayside. The new order hasn't started yet, but
Okay,
you'll start to see some of that come into play, I assume.
So the stormtroopers, are those really stormtroopers or are those the new order, first
But-
order?
Well, or what's left of
No,
Stormtroopers.
those are what's left of them. And the cool
Yeah.
part with that is you could see that their armor was all basically, dilapidated and fading, and it wasn't white anymore. It was starting
Yeah, I
to
wondered
turn
about
yellow.
that.
And well, because they're on this like desert planet, right? And
Right.
there's really nobody. The Empire's fallen, right?
Okay.
That whole thing has gone by the wayside. So
So the rebels won.
Yeah.
That's Luke and them.
right.
So Luke is still alive.
Luke.
Yes.
And according to this thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Timeline.
You've seen the
Yeah.
other movies,
Luke,
right?
Leia, and Han. Yes. According to the I just gotta
Yes.
get all
It's just the
inside my head.
timeline.
Right. It'd help if we had like a linear graph of it all.
Right.
I mean,
yes.
were there
They're-
Ewoks still in this time frame? Because only 5
Yes.
years after that.
Yes.
It's always Ewoks.
There's always
Okay.
Ewoks? So they
Ewoks
could
are-
always go back to the planet with Ewoks?
Of course they could.
Oh.
They could go back to Endor at any point.
Well, why don't they do that? I don't know.
They
Right.
they might.
Maybe there'll
There's
be
lots of
baby
merchandise with
Right.
with Ewoks.
Christy, we're losing Christy. Hurry, quick.
So speaking of merchandise, though,
Right.
Wait,
because they kept this Baby Yoda thing
Merchandising,
so quiet,
yes.
they didn't have merchandise ready.
They didn't
So-
really have anything ready.
For Baby Yoda, there's
For
no
Baby Yoda.
merchandise?
There's
There
nothing
will
right
be.
now.
Supposedly, it's coming.
When?
Supposedly, it's before Christmas. That's what CNET.
Yeah. Oh,
It was
it's gonna.
CNET that said that.
It could break the internet.
You think?
Oh,
Like
it
it
could.
may very well break the internet.
I wonder if they'll release it while we're in the parks.
Well, I was thinking that. I'm like, that would be really cool to be there when it all starts to come out.
That would be really cool.
course,
A
I have to bring an
Baby
extra
Yoda
suitcase.
meet and greet.
Right.
A baby,
Baby
Yoda,
Yoda
meet and greet.
So I read something
Oh my
that
God.
said there's already
So
a stuffed Baby Yoda somewhere in Galaxy's Edge.
What?
Somebody had posted a picture of one somewhere, and I should have paid much closer attention to it than I did. But that was at the time when I thought like it was all just going to be available. So
It's
it
like
wasn't.
for sale, or it's like a scavenger?
No.
hunt?
It's just there. Like
Kinda like
somebody
a
took
hidden
one and just
Mickey?
like hit it.
A prop
Like just like a little stuffed one. He's like sitting up somewhere like on a shelf or
on
whatever.
a shelf or something.
Oh,
That would be
man.
epic, man.
That would be totally epic.
So yeah, by the
Mm.
time you guys get there though, there should be probably entirely sold out, and people will be shouting from the rooftops over.
Okay, wait. I just
That's
made
happening.
a realization, Christy. You're going to be able to ride Rise of the Resistance before Eric.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm actually
Eric.
going to an event that's a pre-opening breakfast at Galaxy's Edge that I'll get to go on it without any lines.
BS. Get out.
Yeah, part of my conference is that. So that's why they moved it from California to Florida, supposedly.
So, does California not getting Rise of the Resistance?
They are.
They are, but not till
Just
They are.
January.
It's just
Much
later.
later.
Yep.
Later.
Yeah.
When are you going?
I leave December 11th, and
Okay.
my conference starts the 16th.
So, is it opening on the 17th? 18th?
So it's opening
19th?
on the 5th. So it'll already be open.
Okay.
So our event is going to be before the park opens
Gotcha.
on a particular morning,
Okay.
so that we
okay.
can ride it without the crowds.
Boy, that's going to be bright and early.
Dang.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, and I've got Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party the night before.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I'm like, and you know me with mornings.
Eric, I
Red
cannot
Bulls.
believe you're not going.
I wasn't invited.
Well, anyway,
Moving
There was
on.
only one
Moving on.
owner.
There was one owner that was invited, and it wasn't me this time.
Well, this would be a good chance to talk about the rumor that we heard about. Speaking
Yeah.
of the opening of the
Oh,
Rise of Resistance.
yes.
right.
So-
you want to hear that rumor?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Wow. That was in stereo.
You-
That was pretty cool.
That was.
So
Wow.
That's
You guys
twice.
need to get a Coke or something.
lightning's about to
Strike.
can kill us all.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to make the reference. Do you remember when the new Fantasyland opened?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you remember the dragon
That flew over
that flew over
Fantasyland.
Fantasyland and like was shooting fire and stuff?
We'll do this tandem because I know I'm going to talk over you, and I'm sorry.
What?
You don't
So
remember
I
the
You
dragon?
guys don't remember that?
No.
No.
Wow, that was major. So
Oh.
okay,
Yeah. There
I'm
were the only time it's ever been done.
Yeah.
There was a dragon that flew over the new Fantasyland
Yeah.
on the day that it opened, on the grand opening
yeah,
day.
and what they did is basically, I think that it was probably like an ultralight,
Yeah.
and they had rigged it up with wire framing
Yeah.
that was, and it was covered in a mesh and lit from the inside, and it had wings that flapped, and it literally
Mhm.
had like a propane burner, so they would
I
blow
didn't-
fire out of front. I mean, it was
Yeah.
Never
epic.
heard of that.
Yeah,
It
me
was really
either.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go look it up.
Go
on
look it
the-
up. Yeah,
on
it's
YouTube.
there's videos of it
Oh.
on YouTube.
So I know where you guys are going with this.
Yeah, me
Mhm.
too.
Yep. I think
We've
we
heard
both
this
know where you're
rumor.
going. I think so.
Yeah.
So
About
go ahead.
the
though.
X-Wing?
You can go. Yes.
Yeah,
The
The-
what ones?
The
The
X-Wings.
X-wings.
yeah,
Yes.
with
Yes.
the huge drones.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm
Have you
pretty
seen
excited.
those?
I haven't seen it. You saw the article, I think, right?
Yeah.
About
I
it.
saw an article about it.
And so we were down there before when they did actually have the drone show. Remember when they did that
Yeah.
for the
Yes, and
fireworks?
I love
Yes.
that. That was
Right?
going to be one of my things that they don't have anymore that I wish they'd bring back
Oh, wow.
because
Yeah.
I loved
Well,
the
that was cool.
the drone show.
Right. And
at
it was
Disney
but it was so
Springs.
quick. It was only
Yeah.
that
Yes.
like one
one
that
season.
one Christmas season, probably for
Mhm.
like a month or two. They were working with IBM, I think, or Intel.
Yes,
IBM.
Intel.
Intel,
Oh,
right?
it was it.
It was Intel.
Okay.
And then and then it was just, hey, we're going to do this, and then people started thinking like that they were going to replace the fireworks with drones, and they got all tweaky about it.
Right.
Mhm.
And then it
And
just
those were tiny
disappeared.
drones. Those were
Yeah,
like,
they were
you know,
just
like
but-
DJI type drones.
yeah. But if they can do that, they can totally do the X-wing thing.
Mhm.
Oh my god, that would be amazing to be in the park and
So-
actually see the X-wings fly
Yeah.
overhead.
It's supposed to be bigger than a car.
Yeah, those are huge.
So from what we saw as a YouTuber that he's a young guy, and so I'm not sure
Yeah, I
if
can't
he's
remember
got
his name.
friends that
Mhm.
are
I mean, these are like spy shots. Like you
Yeah.
would see like people
Yeah.
taking pictures on the Nuremberg ring or something, of
Right.
cars.
Yeah.
They're
exactly.
grainy
Yep.
and,
so
Yeah.
there's like a white tent that's over in the area where the hotel's being built.
no, it's
Mhm.
over behind like where the offices and stuff are behind the
Oh, over there?
backstage area. Yeah.
I thought it was
The
over
parking
okay.
deck is at
Anyway, there's this big white tent, and inside of it
Mm-hmm.
is where they're testing this stuff.
where they're setting them
Huh.
up and building
Huh.
them
Yeah.
out anyway. And then they were testing them apparently at night, and there's one night shot where you can see
Huh.
things flying, and who
So-
knows what
so-
they're going to do?
So there's like a huge liability problem with that, though.
Like
Like
all
if
kinds
you're
of problems.
right, yeah, like these things are bigger than a car, and they're flying over, a
Mhm.
populated area, like, and it's a drone. Like this one of these things just falls out of the sky. Like that's not
There's-
really.
You know what, though? I think there's less liability with that than there are. I mean, I've literally had ash from a firecracker
Oh yeah,
land on me while I'm
Yeah.
at Walt Disney World, and it hurts.
yeah. Christy got hit with one.
Yeah.
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 Like
So-
the shell hit one of the shells hit her, but this is like the little DJI things. They're only like hand sized,
Yeah.
right? Those are
Right.
pretty small. So one of those falls out of the sky. It's like, yeah, all right, like fine, whatever.
Yeah,
but
but you got to figure
a
perspective.
car-sized drone.
A
Yeah.
car-sized drone
Yeah.
could be flying over Lake Kissimmee, and you would still
Well,
see it
So
as a little
Right.
TIE
I mean,
fighter.
not-
yeah,
you know?
so
we get
there
the
is
Not
there
that
is-
far
yeah,
away,
There
but
is a
right.
possibility they could fly it over in a non-customer area,
Right.
right? Just and you'd still be able to see it.
Yeah.
So, no, I thought that would be super cool though.
Yeah.
That would be really
So
interesting.
did you get a sense, are they doing it only for the opening, or is that going to be something?
Yeah, I bet that's what they would do, because that's why I made the analogy or started off talking about the dragon, because the dragon they really only did during the opening. I think it was just during the opening ceremony of New Fantasyland. They did it at night.
Yeah,
we need to find video of that, because I've never seen that.
Yeah, definitely.
There's got to be YouTube of that somewhere, right? So
hey guys, comment down below if you saw the dragon. Let us know, because I know we didn't imagine it. They're really imagine dragons.
Imagine dragons.
So good.
But you know what? I think it's
good night, folks.
Yeah,
I don't know what an X-wing sounds like, but in Galaxy's Edge, one of the things that struck me was the sound effects as you were walking around, and it sounded like spaceships fighting. Just the ambiance,
just flying around and stuff,
right? Yeah. So I'm like, I would like them to do it every night.
That would be.
It would be pretty cool.
It could be a possibility,
especially because
go ahead.
I was saying that the grand opening for this one ride is not really going to be that big of a deal. They're having.
I think it is.
Well, it's going to be.
It
should be bigger than the other ride.
Yeah, it's way bigger.
You don't think so, Kristy? What have you heard?
So there will be a media event the day before.
Okay.
And then the media is being embargoed from sharing anything until the morning of the 5th.
Okay.
So they're inviting people, letting them see it, whatever. But the morning of the 5th is the day that they're actually going to open.
Okay.
So maybe that's the day they would do it.
Yeah.
Because that's the grand opening that people are going to be able to go to. Yeah. Because what I've been told is the media event normally is pretty big.
Right.
And I've been told that it's going to be a very small crowd. So
yeah, and that's fine for the media side of the world, but as far as like people have been waiting for this ride to open.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, the customer demand for it should be huge, because that's going to complete.
Yeah, and I was not talking about that. I was solely talking about them wasting the drone thing on a small event, not the actual ride opening.
Well, to be fair, the actual opening wasn't very good anyway. Like the opening that they did, the one in California was better, but the one in Florida was not very well done.
Well, didn't it rain too?
Well,
just a little bit, though. It wasn't enough that it should have affected it. They didn't roll it out as big as they did out in California, right? No. They didn't have any of the stars there. They didn't have anybody that was in the movie or anything. So
yeah, I think the X-Wing thing was probably done for television too, more than anything, because it was like the Dragon. The Dragon thing was really done more for television, for video than it was for, because it was done at night, and the opening air ceremony was actually done.
I think it was done during the day.
No, it was done at night.
Only at night.
Yes, because it spit fire.
Well, yeah, I know, but you can see that during the day as well.
No.
So,
no
fire.
Okay,
well,
can't see fire during the day.
Because you see the fire with the dragon in the Festival of Fantasy Parade,
right? Exactly.
I know, but it would ruin the effect. Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the way that they built this thing though is super cool, because there's mesh netting all around the drone. So the drone's there, and then the mesh netting makes it, when it's lit up, look like a TIE fighter. So it's got to be
X-Wing.
X-Wing.
What happened?
Oh,
turn your volume down. Hold on. She found the video, and now, of course, it's...
Okay. Of course. I was wrong.
Yep. That was definitely a night. I mean, that's really cool, though.
And so that's why I'm thinking they're probably going to do it. They're going to do it one time. It's a one-time thing.
Y'all didn't see that?
I had never even heard of this.
How did we see that?
Look at that.
Look at that.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Yeah. We
really
watched it. We live streamed it, I think.
Yeah, I think we did.
Huh. Oh, man. They did a fantastic job with that.
Disney stuff that they didn't know.
How in the world did they... First of all, how do they do that, and why do they only do it once?
Right,
because
exactly.
That's that thing's it's moving all over the place too. Like the head moves, the arms are moving. Like wow.
It was like a 2-man hang glider, or like an ultralight. Ultralight with 2 people. One of them was a puppeteer, and the other guy was flying the thing.
Yeah.
And
so it's basically a giant Muppet.
Yeah. Look at that.
Which is probably the reason they don't do it every night, because it's it's dangerous. It's
probably
labor intensive. It's
Listen, we pay enough for those tickets. They can do it every night.
And it's the same reason they're not going to do this drone every night.
Oh, and it
because
actually
it's-
fired off
fireball.
It fired off a fireball out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Okay, yeah, that's going to eat up the rest of the night.
Okay.
I can't believe they would build something like that and only do it once.
Right?
Next time I'm there and I get a chance to talk to Kirk, I'm gonna be like, dude,
Did you
where's
see
the
that?
dragon?
Right? Did you see that night that it happened?
Right?
It's the stuff of
Why did
legend,
that
man.
happen? I know.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, I mean, it would be really
Okay.
cool if they kept having the TIE fighters just randomly.
Oh, it would be.
You know,
good,
not,
But I don't think the FAA will let them.
I don't think so either.
Hey, you know what? If Tinkerbell can fly every night, they can fly X-Wings and TIE Fighters. It's fine.
Hopefully they can. It'd be really cool.
We can
Tinkerbell
just
flies
keep it-
under the fly zone, though.
But that's what I mean. Like, you could do that with the other things, too. As long as they're under 200 feet, I think you're fine, right?
Oh my God, they'd be right on top of you, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Those big things, a size of a
That's
car,
fine.
200 feet above you. No,
That's fine.
I don't think that's fine. No, that's not fine.
It's fine. We're all fine here.
We're all fine here.
All right. So, Kristy, you
Mhm.
went and saw Frozen 2 today, right?
Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
Did you
Sorry.
guys see it?
No.
Negative.
Oh, so I can't give you the spoilers.
Everybody dies.
Everybody dies? No.
Oh.
Everybody's frozen.
It's like the Titanic.
Yeah,
Right?
Oh crap! Sorry.
Spoiler.
Spoiler, everybody
Um,
died.
Damn
Yeah, I
it,
don't
Rose,
wanna-
let him on the door.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to give it all away, but I would definitely say to go see it.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
So it's a sequel, and I really have to say that I have not been pumped to see it
Yeah.
because it's
I
a
asked
sequel.
Gina if she wanted to see it, and I actually got I got a, what do you call it, a shagoff or whatever. She was like, really?
Because I just didn't
And I'm
take
like,
it seriously.
Okay, sorry.
So
I was just asking.
I had avoided all trailers for it because
Right.
I loved Frozen and I was kind of afraid that I wouldn't like this one.
Mhm.
Right?
But it was really good.
Was it really?
Yeah. Yeah. And there was a few
Musically
things
and everything? It was good?
So the music is good. It's definitely not the first one because that one was lightning in a bottle, right? Like
right?
that
It was.
the fact that so many of the songs that are that good,
Yeah.
there are absolutely some good songs. There's
Okay.
one, and I think it's called "In the Woods" or "Into the Woods," something like that. But Christoph sings it,
Okay.
and it's sung like, remember the band Chicago?
Mhm.
It's like
Yes.
that style, and I love that. That was like my junior high. Like, you're the
Junior high.
inspiration, the meaning in life. Like,
Okay, I went and saw them in concert. You want to talk about a sad, depressing concert?
oh no,
It wasn't Chicago. I'm sorry. It was Air Supply.
Oof.
Oh yeah,
Equally.
that's
Yeah.
Oof.
I'm all out of love.
Stop.
So lost without you.
Yeah, they're at Disney World every year for Food and
I
Wine.
know.
Of course they are.
Yeah,
I know.
it's all the
That's okay.
C bands. Anyway,
Thanks anyway.
C-bands.
But
Original cast and crew, right? Cast and crew. Original crew cast.
Original
right?
cast.
for
For
Frozen,
what? Air Supply?
I know. I was like, I don't know who was in that. I'm a boy band girl from the 80s and 90s,
Right,
not
I
Air
know.
Supply.
Frozen
Air Supply.
2.
Yeah,
Frozen
Frozen 2.
Okay.
And then they added a few other new characters, new actors, like Sterling K. Brown is in it.
Okay.
I've heard the name.
I'd
He
have
is
not.
in This Is Us, and he was in the other show that I loved.
I don't watch that show because I think it would make me cry like Parenthood, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't watch it either, but he's in it. Anyway, he's good. So they're all the characters are back. There are, I don't know. I didn't love how it ended, but my friend Stephanie, because we were talking about it afterwards, she said, "Well, that's kind of how life goes."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, huh,
It's kind
I
of like a nature
guess.
documentary, right?
yeah."
Right, so that means one of them gets eaten.
No, right?
Yep.
God.
It was really interesting, but I liked it a lot. My little friend Rose, Stephanie's
Right.
daughter.
Basically,
I was gonna say-
Sven ends up as the Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh.
That's awful.
That's so sad.
It's just the circle of life.
Who eats reindeer?
Yeah.
Do they eat reindeer?
Laplanders.
You can totally
Yes.
eat reindeer.
Do they?
People
Okay.
always-
I mean, we eat deer up here.
Yeah.
I just had one of my friends actually just post, who makes good deer jerky?
Sorry, all of our Laplander listeners. She didn't mean it.
I didn't. What did I say?
You said, who eats reindeers?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
I mean, nobody eats Rudolph, but that's okay.
Okay. Well, or spin.
It's like getting a cherry on top.
Stop it. So anyway. Anyway.
I got my spin cup, actually.
Aw, I like that. Ice stacks.
Yeah.
Hi.
Kristy,
Okay.
would you like to finish?
Yeah.
Anyway.
No.
So my little friend Rose, Stephanie's daughter, is 5. And she is a huge Frozen fan. And that's really...
We should have had her on to do a review.
Oh, I bet I could get her to do it like on a video.
Probably.
Oh, yeah. Will you do that?
I'll try
that.
Okay.
Anyway, she really liked it. And she was so funny because they had a kid pack that had like a little popcorn bucket and candy and a drink. And so she was sitting up on her booster seat on the theater seat and this thing on top of it. And every time I looked at her, she was like eyes stuck to it.
Aww.
Awesome.
And then at the very end, I was like, okay, so there's something after the credits. We have to stay to see the very end. And then she kept going, oh, there's a lot of people on this movie. Because the credits lasted forever.
Right.
And then it was cute at the end. And then she was like, I'm glad we stayed, but that was a lot. I'm like, yeah.
A lot of people that work on the movie.
I love Rose because she just absolutely says it like it is.
Out of the
Yeah.
mouths
What
of
did she
babes.
tell you? I think you said it on our last podcast about when y'all went to the North Pole. And she said you should wear that hat with those ears more often.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
I was like,
thanks.
I guess. Cool.
Thank you.
Well, and she was very upset, or not, I guess not upset, annoyed that Eric and Allie were not interested in seeing Frozen 2.
Oh, really?
Because I got there and she's like, where are Eric and Allie? And I said, well, they didn't really want to see it. And she was like, what? She followed me all the way to the concessions and she already had her snacks and she was like asking me all about it. She's like, I don't understand why. Do they not like Anna? Do they not like Elsa? Does Allie think Olaf is gone?
That's
like
funny.
she was like, it was really funny.
That is
Oh, I
hilarious.
wondered those were all little thoughts that had run through her head
Mhm.
Right.
prior to
She's
it,
just like,
you know?
oh,
Yeah.
Oh, is Olaf
Huh.
going to be gone this time? You know, that's so cute.
Yeah. And there was a couple tense moments because it's a Disney movie, right? Like,
right.
and she looked at me and big eyes and she looked at me and went, no. And then I
Aw.
went, just watch. And she's like, okay. And then
Aww.
it can't get any worse. Their parents are already dead.
their parents were actually in this movie.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
Is it a
Because
flashback?
there was a flashback to when the
Oh.
girls were little. So you get to see them again when they were little.
Oh,
And like,
Do you
oh my
want to build
God.
a
Stop. No,
snowman?
start.
Oh, it was so cute.
Build a snowman.
And then they flash forward. It was like,
Okay, bye.
I know that was part was so
Yeah, when she's staring at the door. Stop. No,
Okay,
stop.
bye.
That's when you stop.
anyway, go see it. Go see it. It is really good. Eric decided to wait to see it on Disney Plus at some
Well,
point.
that's what I was going to say.
There
Do we
you go.
have to go see it, or can we wait for Disney Plus?
Totally wait.
Yeah, it's not like we got 100 gazillion inch, 4K TV to watch it on. Might as well enjoy it here. And then,
I mean, I went to see it in a matinee, and I would go see it again in a matinee.
oh, that's a good
Are
point.
you a big movie person?
No, usually I fall asleep, so I don't go a whole lot.
And you
I
stayed
am
away from this
going-
one. We should
Shocker.
start rating movies by that. Is it a sleeper or is it a waker?
How much
Right?
time
Did you
does it take
stay
Kristy
awake
to-
for it? Right.
And tomorrow I'm
Before
going to see
Kristy
Mr.
falls asleep.
Rogers, so
Oh,
we'll see.
Why?
Right, it does start tomorrow.
yeah.
Why?
Why?
Why? Because
'Cause I
Mr.
wanna see
Rogers
it.
is the bomb diggity.
Yeah, and Tom Hanks. I love Tom Hanks.
Did you not watch Mr. Rogers when you
Oh
were
yeah, I
little?
grew up with Mr. Rogers, which I don't need to see the movie.
Oh my God, he's so weird. It's like to Mexico and Jamaica all over again.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, his mom has a friend. You remember Mr. This
I'm
is
so
a
glad we're
total-
doing this on video so we can share these looks now with the
This is
world.
totally off the rails, but I can't help myself. Remember the puppet that Mr. Rogers had?
No. Not
Which
telling
one?
that story.
Which one? Come on, yes.
Nope.
Yes, yes,
No,
yes,
Henry-
yes, yes,
Henrietta
yes.
Pussycat?
You've told that story before here.
Henrietta?
Anyway.
No, I haven't.
Yes,
no,
you
you
have.
haven't.
Not the
Okay.
I've
pussycat.
never heard of
the
Mr.
woman that
Rogers.
was like the
You can tell that story after the podcast.
Henrietta Pussycat?
Meow, meow, mew.
no.
Yeah.
No, it was like just
No,
a
no.
woman that like she was just a
Oh,
like a
yeah,
woman.
yeah.
So
Wasn't
Eric's
just a woman. She was like the queen, wasn't she?
I don't know, maybe she's a queen.
No, she was just a lady that visited because she went to the king and the queen.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, you're right.
She was
So
a
anyway,
woman.
Eric's mom has a friend that looks just like her and has the same mannerisms as that puppet.
Was she her?
No.
No.
But like when I
That's
first met her, I
wild.
was like, Oh, I can't even look at her because she's doing it. Like, just the way her mouth moves and the way she smiles, I was like,
You're transfixed.
That's creepy.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Kristy.
She's a very nice lady.
I'm fine.
That's
okay.
We have not talked about this before.
No.
No.
I told your mom about that. I
No,
don't think she was
we've not.
amused. But
We have not
It's been
talked about
102
Not with us.
episodes. There's a good chance we talked about it
No,
somewhere
that's
along the
true.
way.
Yeah, we may have.
No, we don't know about it. If y'all talked
Okay.
about it, we weren't there for it.
Okay.
Yeah. So as I predicted, we've gone more than enough time
Oh, okay.
on just
We're
these
out of time?
topics.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So maybe next week.
no, we'll let Gina keep it for her topic.
It's okay.
So I'll come up with a different one.
Okay.
And then I don't know if I'll even be here for that because I'm heading out again.
I'm not even going to be here for that one.
What?
Oh my god.
I mean,
Traveling again?
she's not home for
Right.
most of December.
So actually, next week's podcast, we're going to talk about when we're going to record it because I have a meeting that night. That Sunday night.
Ooh.
And I'll tell you why offline, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
not something.
But you're going to be home before that because you have something to do.
Well, yeah. It should be close.
That's the
Right.
that's the punch out. Oh, sorry, I gotta get home. Gotta record something. Too bad I gotta go.
Yeah. So then I will be here the 8th, but then I won't be here the 15th.
That's okay. Your
Okay.
phone can do Zoom.
Yeah, you can do that.
You could do it from Disney.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be cool.
And then we'll be gone.
You can
For
show
the
us
one
the
after
trailer
that.
park.
Right.
You can show us video from the trailer
Oh.
park.
I am so excited for that.
We have
No?
a small problem. I didn't have a chance to tell you, but we're on a wait list for golf carts because they're sold out for that night.
Dang it, Kristy.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
This
So,
sounds familiar. Did you forget to book something again?
no, I didn't. No.
That sounds familiar to the last trip. Oh, that thing that I was supposed to book? Yeah, no, they just don't have them. How
You
come?
dang
Well,
travel agents are our worst
Right.
clients.
Right.
We
And there
do
was
awful.
4 of us on this
Right?
adventure, and it's up.
I
Yeah,
thought-
so the 20th and the 21st, both nights, they're completely sold out of golf carts.
Dang
Can't you
it.
just
So-
get them from somebody else?
No.
I thought you still could.
Yes.
There's a whole thing. We could talk about that, but I don't think they'll deliver one for us for one day.
2.
And then you got to go. No,
You need 2.
I need 2 for one day.
Yeah.
And you have to go. We'll do this
Yeah,
later.
whatever. Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about this off-site.
But
Good time to wrap
Topic.
it up then.
yeah, I figured at the very least we could still have dinner at Trails End and go walk because we're going to eat so much at Trails End. It makes sense to go walk.
And you
it
can
off.
see so much just right there.
Yeah.
You can see
It's
most
not
of
the
it.
same.
It's not. So we'll get off the wait list.
Maybe you
Yeah.
can just borrow somebody else's cart for the day.
Well, I did think about that because people leave their keys in them all the time. So
No. What you do is you walk up to one of the things, like one of the trailers,
yeah.
and somebody who's got a cart parked there, and be like, "Can we borrow your cart? Because we want to go see the others."
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Right.
And they give them the
Yeah.
sad puppy eyes.
Yeah,
And they go,
okay.
sure.
We'll talk about this later.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable with either one of those ideas.
Trailer park Christmas.
Okay.
Trailer park Christmas. Mhm. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm the host, so I got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yep,
Great.
it's all on you.
Sorry. Thanks everybody for hanging in for this episode. And if you want to leave us a shout out or say anything to us, you can find us at Bab4Trap. Why are you shaking your head?
I was just waiting for you. One day you're just going to surprise us all and go, please don't contact us. Just leave us
leave
alone.
us alone.
Leave us alone.
Just
leave us
download
alone.
and listen.
Care
but
now I'm
everything
like
else.
Now I was thinking like smash that subscribe button people talk about on YouTube.
Oh, I
all the
know,
time.
right? Yeah. Hit the bell. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, smash
Yeah,
that bell
smash
icon.
that bell icon.
Smash that bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Well,
it is. That's the
And,
title
or,
of the
or I
episode.
want to do this. Can I do this? And you, which one of our other episodes? It'll be right up here.
Right,
Or
there'll be stuff over here and the things down there.
These are
Over
ones that
here.
YouTube think you'll enjoy, but really you won't give a crap because it's not what you subscribe for. So you
Stupid
just need to
algorithm.
watch more of us.
So anyway,
That's it.
sorry
That's
I
a real
interrupted.
truth.
Just
Sorry. Fine.
just don't bother us, okay?
Fab
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
4,
sorry.
the number 4, Travel Talk. That's us. That's where we are. Bye.
All right. Toodles.
Safe travels, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
And there's the dog. Hi.
There's
Did you
the
hear us
dog.
saying that goodbye?
Podcat never showed up.
He came over
Aw.
and rubbed right here for a second.
I heard
Yeah,
a
but he
meow at
didn't